Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Clarity Reset. You know, this is the space where we come, each and every one of us, to unplug from all that noise out there in the world, the digital noise, and to reconnect with that place of peace, that place of focus, that place of clarity deep inside ourselves. That's right, we're going inside out today. And let me tell you, today's episode is a deep one. We're going to a place that so many of us are afraid to face, but a place we need to talk about. We're talking about addiction, but not the kind of addiction that makes headlines, not the kind that lands you in rehab. We're talking about a much quieter addiction, a silent epidemic, and it's affecting so many of us. It's the addiction to dopamine, that little chemical in our brains that says, give me more, give me more. And let me tell you, this addiction, it sneaks up on you. You find yourself reaching for your phone without even thinking. You feel that little itch, that little buzz, and you have to scratch it. Boredom becomes unbearable. Silence becomes the enemy. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. And today, we're going to get real. We're going to uncover the 7 telltale signs that your brain might just be hooked on dopamine. And more importantly, we're going to give you the tools to take back your power, to take back your focus, to take back your life. Stay with me. Have you ever noticed yourself getting antsy, agitated even, when there's nothing buzzing, beeping, or flashing in front of you? You know that feeling. You're waiting for the microwave, you're in line at the grocery store, you're at a red light, and what do? You reach for your phone. It's like a reflex. You don't even think about it, you just do it. And maybe you tell yourself you're just checking the time or catching up on messages. But let's be honest, are you really? Or are you just uncomfortable with that empty space, that quiet moment? See, our brains have become so accustomed to constant stimulation. That silence, stillness, it can feel almost like a threat. It's like our nervous system is stuck on high alert, constantly scanning for the next hit of dopamine. And that, my friends, is a sign. It's a sign that we need to hit the reset button.
Breaking news.
We carry this little device in our pockets, and it connects us to the entire world, right? That's what we tell ourselves. But here's the thing about connection, true connection, the kind that fills your cup. It doesn't happen through a screen. It happens in the quiet moments. The moments between the beeps and the buzzes. It happens when you're present with the people right in front of you, or even just present with yourself. Think about the last time you felt truly seen, truly heard, truly understood. Was it while you were scrolling through social media? Or was it in a moment of genuine unplugged connection? Because let me tell you, true connection, it requires something of us. It requires presence. It requires vulnerability. It requires us to sit with ourselves and with each other in all our messy, imperfect glory. This constant need for input, for stimulation, it comes at a price. It fragments our attention, making it harder and harder to focus on the things that truly matter. It robs us of our peace, leaving us feeling anxious and on edge. And it keeps us stuck on the surface, unable to connect with ourselves and others on a deeper level. We're so busy consuming, scrolling, liking, commenting that we forget how to simply be. We forget how to sit with our thoughts and feelings. We forget how to have a real conversation. We forget how to listen. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. We can reclaim our attention. We can retrain our brains. We can learn to find peace and stillness in the silence. It starts with awareness. Start noticing those moments when you reach for your phone out of habit, out of discomfort with stillness. Notice what triggers it. Notice how it makes you feel. And then make a different choice. Choose to sit with the discomfort. Choose to be present with the moment. Choose to connect. It won't be easy at first, but trust me, the rewards are immeasurable. Let's talk about layering. No, not the kind with clothes, though I do love a good outfit. I'm talking about layering stimulation. Think about your average day. You wake up, check your phone, scroll through social media while you eat breakfast. You listen to a podcast on your commute, work with music blasting in your ears, have the TV on while you eat dinner, and then end the day scrolling through your phone in bed. Sound familiar? It's like we're constantly microdosing on dopamine throughout the day. We've become so accustomed to this constant stream of stimulation that we don't even realize how much we're consuming. We wear our busyness as a badge of honor, don't we? We pride ourselves on our ability to multitask, to juggle a million things at once. But here's the truth. Our brains aren't wired for multitasking. Every time we switch our attention from one task to another, there's a cognitive cost. We lose focus, we make mistakes, and our stress levels skyrocket. And when we're constantly bombarding our brains with stimulation, we're essentially forcing them to multitask all day long. It's exhausting. Now, what if I told you there's a better way? A way to reclaim your focus, boost your productivity, and find more peace in your day. It's called single tasking, that's right. Focusing on one thing at a time. I know, it sounds revolutionary, doesn't it? But trust me, it works. When you give your full attention to one task at a time, you'll be amazed at how much more you accomplish. And you'll actually enjoy the process. Imagine that. Start small. Choose one activity each day and commit to doing it without distractions. Put your phone away, turn off the TV, close your email, and just be present with that one thing. Maybe it's reading a book, having dinner with your family, or simply taking a walk in nature. Whatever it is, make it a non-negotiable part of your day. You deserve moments of quiet focus. You deserve moments of peace. And your brain will thank you for it. Have you ever just sat in silence with no phone, no television, no distractions, and felt this wave of unease wash over you? Like something is missing, like you should be doing something, anything but just being? That, my friend, is a sign. It's a sign that you might be seeking stimulation, not because you need it, but because your brain has become accustomed to it. Think about it. We weren't born needing a screen in front of our faces every waking moment. We weren't born needing constant noise and input. Somewhere along the way our world shifted and we shifted with it. And that's where the magic happens, you see. When we can sit with that discomfort, when we can resist the urge to immediately reach for our phones or turn on the TV, that's when we start to reclaim our peace. That's when we start to realize that boredom, true boredom, can actually be a source of incredible creativity and insight. Because when our minds are constantly occupied, when they're always being fed information, they don't have the space to wander, to explore, to make new connections. It's like that saying, a cluttered room equals a cluttered mind. Well, a constantly stimulated mind is a cluttered mind. It's a mind that's so busy processing the external that it doesn't have the time or energy to delve into the internal. And that's where the good stuff is, you know? That's where our dreams, our ideas, our deepest selves reside. I know it's not easy. Believe me, I know. We live in a world that's designed to keep us hooked, to keep us scrolling, to keep us consuming, and the more we give in, the more we feed that cycle, the harder it becomes to break free. But you can break free. You are not powerless against this. You have the power to choose how you spend your time, how you engage with the world, how you manage your own mind. Start small. Start with just 5 minutes a day of silence, of stillness, of just being. Put away your phone, turn off the TV, close your laptop, and just breathe. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the thoughts that arise. Don't judge them, just observe them. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but that's okay. You're not lazy for feeling that way. You're just detoxing. And as you sit with that discomfort, as you resist the urge to reach for your phone, you'll find that it starts to dissipate. You'll start to feel a sense of calm, of peace, that you might not have even realized you were missing. And that, my friends, is the beauty of breaking free from the dopamine addiction. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about reclaiming yourself. It's about rediscovering the joy of simplicity, the power of stillness, the depth of your own inner world. Let's talk about that feeling of never being satisfied. You know what I'm talking about? You open Instagram, scroll, scroll, scroll. You switch to TikTok, more scrolling, then over to YouTube, another rabbit hole. And yet nothing feels truly engaging, nothing holds your attention for long. You're just chasing that next hit of dopamine. And each hit, it's getting smaller and smaller, isn't it? And here's the thing, it's an illusion. This idea that we're connecting with people, that we're staying informed, it's just that, an illusion. Because true connection, true engagement, it takes time, it takes presence, it takes putting down the phone and actually looking someone in the eye. It takes turning off the TV and having a real conversation. It's about quality over quantity. It's about choosing to engage deeply with a few things rather than shallowly with a million. And it's about recognizing that true satisfaction, true fulfillment, it comes from within. It comes from pursuing your passions, from nurturing your relationships, from living a life that's aligned with your values. So how do we break free? How do we reclaim our attention, our focus, our sense of satisfaction? It starts with awareness. It starts with recognizing that this cycle of instant gratification, it's not serving us. It's not making us happier, it's not making us more fulfilled, it's just keeping us stuck. Once you see that, once you truly understand the cost of this constant distraction, you can start to make different choices. You can choose to put down the phone, to close the laptop, to step away from the screens. You can choose to engage with the world around you, to connect with the people you love, to pursue the things that light you up. And here's the beautiful thing, the more you do that, the more you focus on what truly matters, the more those things will start to satisfy you. The joy you find in a meaningful conversation, in a creative pursuit, in a moment of quiet contemplation, that joy is lasting. It nourishes your soul in a way that no amount of likes or comments ever could. Remember, you are not a slave to your dopamine system. You have the power to choose what you feed it, what you focus on, what you allow to take up space in your mind and your heart. Choose wisely. Now, let's talk about energy, or rather, the lack thereof. Have you ever noticed that even though you might be mentally exhausted, completely drained, you still find yourself reaching for your phone? You know you should be resting, you know you need sleep, but you just can't stop scrolling. It's like your brain is running on fumes, but it's still desperate for that next hit, that next distraction. It's a paradox, isn't it? We're exhausted, but we can't seem to disconnect. We crave rest, but we keep ourselves wired. And the more we do this, the more we deplete our energy reserves, the harder it becomes to break free. It's a vicious cycle of exhaustion and overstimulation. We tell ourselves that we're relaxing, that we're winding down, but are we really? Is scrolling through social media, is watching endless hours of television, is constantly checking our emails, is that truly restful? Or is it just a different form of stimulation, a way of numbing ourselves, of avoiding silence, of avoiding our own thoughts and feelings? Because here's the thing, true rest, true rejuvenation, it requires stillness. It requires disconnecting from the external world and tuning into our own internal landscape. It requires giving our minds and bodies a chance to truly unwind, to recharge, to heal. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Oprah, you don't understand. I'm too busy to rest. I have work, I have family, I have a million things to do, and I hear you. We all live busy lives. But here's the thing, the more you prioritize rest, the more you prioritize disconnecting, the more energy you'll have for everything else. It's like investing in yourself. It's like putting money in the bank. The more you deposit, the more you have to withdraw, and the same goes for your energy. The more you invest in rest, in rejuvenation, the more energy you'll have to show up fully for your work, your relationships, your life. So tonight I challenge you, put down the phone, step away from the screens, turn off the noise, and just be. Allow yourself to truly unwind, allow yourself to sink into the stillness, allow yourself to simply be present in this moment. You deserve it. Your mind, your body, your soul, they deserve to be nourished, to be replenished, to be given the gift of true rest. And when you give yourself that gift, you'll be amazed at how much more energy, how much more joy, how much more life you have to give. Have you ever found yourself staring at a blank page, a looming deadline, or a project that just feels too big to start? We've all been there. That feeling of overwhelm, that little voice whispering it's too hard, that urge to just check your phone one more time, that's your dopamine system, honey, telling you to run for the hills, to find something easier, something that will give you that quick hit of reward. But here's the thing. The most rewarding things in life, the things that truly make us feel alive, they don't usually come easy. They require effort, dedication, and yes, sometimes even a little bit of struggle. Think about it. Those moments when you've truly surprised yourself, when you've pushed past your perceived limits, those are the moments you remember, the moments that shape you. So how do we break free from this cycle of procrastination and instant gratification? It starts with recognizing the pattern, with understanding that this urge to escape difficulty is a biological impulse, not a personal failing. You're not lazy, you're not incapable, you're just wired to seek the path of least resistance. And in today's world, that path is often paved with notifications, likes, and endless streams of easily digestible content. It's so easy to get caught in the trap of what feels good right now. Our brains are wired to crave that dopamine rush, that feeling of instant reward. But the truth is, those easy rewards, they often leave us feeling emptier in the long run. Think about it. Scrolling through social media, binge-watching your favorite show, these activities might offer a temporary escape, but they don't really nourish our souls, do they? They don't challenge us to grow, to learn, to become more than we are. And you know what's even more insidious? The more we give in to those easy rewards, the more our brains become wired to crave them, making it even harder to muster the motivation to tackle those challenging, meaningful tasks. It's a vicious cycle, but the good news is, we have the power to break free. The first step is awareness. Recognize when you're avoiding a challenging task and ask yourself, what am I gaining from this distraction? Is it really making you happy, or is it just a temporary band-aid masking a deeper fear of failure or discomfort? Once you've identified the pattern, you can start to make conscious choices. Instead of immediately giving into the urge to check your phone or switch tasks, pause, take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you are capable of handling this challenge. Remember, every time you choose to lean into discomfort, every time you push past that initial resistance, you strengthen your ability to focus, to create, to achieve. You're not just completing a task, you're rewiring your brain, reclaiming your power, and stepping into your full potential. Now, I'm not saying you have to become a productivity machine. constantly grinding and pushing yourself to the brink, there's a balance, a sweet spot where challenge meets enjoyment. You know that feeling when you're so engrossed in an activity that time seems to melt away? That's called flow, and it's the antidote to procrastination and mindless distraction. Finding your flow might mean breaking down a large task into smaller, more manageable steps. It might mean setting aside dedicated time for focused work, free from distractions. It might mean experimenting with different techniques or approaches until you find what works best for you. But most importantly, it means being patient with yourself, celebrating small victories, and trusting that you have the capacity to create incredible things when you set your mind to it. We live in a world that's constantly vying for our attention, a world that offers instant escape from every uncomfortable feeling. Feeling stressed? Grab your phone. Lonely? Scroll through social media. Bored? Binge watch that show everyone's talking about. It's so easy to numb ourselves with distractions, to avoid sitting with our own thoughts and feelings. But here's the thing. Every time we escape into the digital world, we miss an opportunity to connect with ourselves, to understand our own hearts and minds. When was the last time you sat in silence, without your phone, without any distractions, and just allowed yourself to be present with your own thoughts? If the thought makes you feel uneasy, you're not alone. We've become so accustomed to the constant hum of stimulation that silence can feel deafening, even terrifying. But here's the thing about discomfort. It's often a signpost, pointing us towards areas where we need to grow. When we avoid uncomfortable emotions, we prevent ourselves from healing, from processing those experiences, and emerging stronger on the other side. Think of it like a muscle. The more we flex our ability to sit with discomfort, the more resilient we become. We develop the emotional strength to navigate life's inevitable challenges with grace and wisdom. Now, I'm not saying you have to become a monk and retreat from the world, but I do believe that carving out even small pockets of stillness throughout your day can be transformative. Start with a few minutes each morning, sitting quietly with your breath, observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice the urge to reach for your phone to distract yourself, and then choose to stay present. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but I promise you, the rewards are worth it. As you become more comfortable with silence, you might find yourself craving it. You might start to see your digital devices as tools to be used intentionally, rather than as lifelines to escape from yourself. The more present we become in our own lives, the more we open ourselves up to genuine connection with others. When we're constantly plugged in, we're only half present in our interactions. We're missing out on the nuances of human connection, the unspoken language of eye contact, body language, and shared laughter. So put down your phone, step away from the screen, and engage with the world around you. Have a real conversation with a loved one. Savor the taste of your meal. Take a walk in nature and feel the sun on your skin. Life is happening right here, right now. And the more present we are, the more fully we can experience the beauty, the joy, and even the pain that makes life so incredibly rich. If you felt seen in this episode, if any of these signs resonated with you, know that you are not alone. We're all navigating this digital landscape together, trying to find our footing in a world that's constantly vying for our attention. But the moment you choose to pause, to reflect, to subtract the unnecessary noise and distractions, that's when healing begins. That's when you reclaim your power, your focus, and your ability to live a life that's truly aligned with your values. If you're ready to take the next step on your journey to clarity, if you're ready to reset your habits and reclaim your inner peace, I invite you to check out my book, available now on Amazon. Inside, I walk you through a step-by-step plan to transform your digital life, optimize your focus, and cultivate a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. Until next time, my friends, unplug, reset, and stay sharp.